Hey, man. Look at
Bad boys? Bad boys?
Bad boys is at the other thing.
Getting his opponents to cheer for him, making his biggest rivals angry. These are the 25 times Messi's shocked the world. And first up, the dude's been hiding a secret language. For years, every time Messi's had to speak in public or do a press conference, he's always done it in his native Spanish language. It's almost as if he was incapable of speaking another language, like he didn't even want to try. Until one day, Messi became a trending hashtag on a movie release. So I tried to piece it all together, and that's when I found out that Messi could speak English. Dude spoke the language in the trailer for Bad Boys. I don't know which one is more surprising, Messi teaming up with Will Smith on the Bad Boys trailer or him speaking English. Either way, the gig is up for Messi. He's got to start doing more interviews in English now, and probably leave the Spanish for when he's ready to diss his opponents, like he did to Wout Weghorst in 2022. Argentina versus Netherlands in the World Cup quarter-finals was heated. Messi scored and assisted to give Argentina a 2-0 lead, but Wout Weghorst came off the bench to draw it back for the Dutch at 2-2. But it wasn't the stuff Weghorst did on the pitch. Messi had seen him get into a fight with some of his teammates off it. Argentina won the game on penalties, and after the match, Weghorst wanted to see if he could speak with Messi in the tunnel, talk it out, and maybe even get Messi's shirt in the process. But the thing is, Messi was really pissed. And once he sighted Weghorst standing there during his press conference, he tore into him. Que mira bobo, instant meme. Can't lie, seeing Messi lose his cool like that in front of the world stunned everyone. He's usually a quiet guy. Guess the Netherlands game just brought out a side of him people rarely see, because he even went after the Dutch coach in regular time. For this one, Messi and Van Gaal had history. Growing up, Messi had an idol named Juan Román Riquelme, and he was playing for Barcelona around the same time Messi joined the youth system at La Masia. So it was a load of fun for him getting to train at the same club his idol played at, until he saw Van Gaal freeze the guy out of the team and eventually let him leave to Villarreal. Messi was pissed. Add this to the fact that Van Gaal had openly come out days before the quarter-final to say he had a plan to stop Messi, and it was all systems go on the guy. Messi was in full beast mode, and once he got his goal against Van Gaal's team, he hit a cold celebration that caught everyone off guard. So cold, EAFC had to cop this one in the game a year later. You know what? I'm starting to think Messi showing his other side has something to do with him playing for Argentina. Back in 2021, in the match against Colombia in the semi-finals, he was a completely different animal. This semi-final meant the world to Messi. The team was new. Coach Lionel Scaloni was building a project that both Messi, the team, and the fans believed in. They had a dream of winning the first trophy for the national team in 28 years. But first, they had to get past Colombia in the semis in a penalty shootout. Now, the Colombian team had Yerry Mina in defense, and the guy is pretty good at getting into his opponent's faces. Did the same thing in the game, but in the penalty shootout, as soon as he missed, Messi came right back at the guy. Whoa, Messi was turned up for this one. Truth is, no matter how angry he gets, Messi rarely ever gets into a fight, except the one time he did with an opponent twice his size. 2016 now, Messi and his Barcelona team were facing AS Roma in a pre-season friendly at the Nou Camp. But there was nothing friendly about when Messi and Roma's Yanga and Biwa were ready to throw punches at each other. Messi hit his trademark run into the Roma half, but the ref had called play for a foul and stopped the game. Messi didn't hear the whistle on time and kept on going. This pissed Yanga and Biwa off, so he had a go at Messi thinking he was time wasting. Either Messi woke up on the wrong side of the bed that morning, or he was just damn angry at the guy poking him because he lost it. Messi was ready to fight the guy. Someone tell him if they'd gotten into it proper. He'd most likely lose. On Yanga and Biwi's part, he backed down. Guess he understood the #1 rule when facing Messi. Don't tempt the guy, else he can hurt you even when you think it's over. Just ask Real Madrid in 2017. The El Clasico that year was insane. Barcelona and Madrid came into that match knowing a win would determine the title race on both sides. For Barca, they simply had to win. Madrid had a 4-point gap over them, and if they didn't win, it'd be over. For Real Madrid, a win would seal the title for them, and the game was off to an epic. Coming into the dying minutes, the scores were tied at 2-2, and at that point, the draw wasn't going to do Barca any favours. Only a win would cut it. So they went on one final attack. Barca launched the ball through Sergi Roberto into the Madrid half. Jordi Alba cut it back, and what happened next, it stunned the world. Trademark Messi goal, but to do it under the circumstances he did, amazing. And the celebration to match, top tier stuff. It's like Messi lives for moments like this against Real Madrid. He did it against them 6 years earlier, on an even bigger stage too. The Champions League semi-finals, and Barca came into this match against Madrid with the odds against them. Madrid's coach at the time, Jose Mourinho, won the Champions League a year earlier with Inter Milan, beating Barcelona and Messi in the semi-finals on the way. So everyone felt he had the plan to stop Messi like he did 12 months back. But that's the thing. You don't plan to stop Messi. You just pray he'd have a bad game. And unfortunately, I don't think Mourinho or Madrid prayed hard that evening, because in a matter of seconds, Messi gave Sergio Busquets the easiest assist of his career. Went through 3 Madrid players like they were training cones and still scored. What a guy. When he's on his groove like this, he's so good that he usually has his opponents cheering for him, like he did with Real Betis in 2019. Barcelona was facing Betis away and Messi was centre stage, a game everyone expected them to win. But still, Messi and his teammates had to show up, and the Betis stadium at Benito Villamarin was packed with home support. But as the game went on, they soon began cheering for the opposition. Messi in particular, after he scored a goal that was simply unbelievable. A chip from outside the box, dinked it in. The goal was so good that even the Betis fans applauded it. What a goal, what a guy. Messi's full of moments like this, but I don't think it got any bigger for him than in 2009 on the biggest night of his young career. Barcelona versus Manchester United in the Champions League final. See, Barca had made it to the final of the competition and won it 3 years earlier, but Messi didn't play or feature because he was ruled out with an injury. This time though, he was fully fit, and he was in sensational form too. Messi had been banging goals regularly for Barca in the league, but in a final like this, no one cared how it went in, so long as it did. That was the point, and Messi picked this moment to score one of the rarest goals of his career. The little man stepped up to score an angled header into the far post. Van der Sar couldn't believe it, just like the rest of us watching in 2007, after he scored his first career hat-trick for Barca in the biggest game of the season. His first proper taste of El Clasico football, and Messi left a mark. This time at home with a team of players like Ruud van Nistelrooy in attack, Madrid looked like the dominant team, but Barca had a young Messi in attack. He'd already popped a brace in the game, but with time running out, Madrid had scored 3 to make it 3-2 at the Nou Camp. And in front of a packed home crowd, Messi knew he and the team couldn't let the fans down like that. And with minutes left to play, he finished the job on Madrid. Imagine this, the guy scores his first career hat-trick against Real Madrid in El Clasico at the Nou Camp. You just know he was destined for greatness at that point. You couldn't even script it this perfectly, even if I tried. This was a sign of things to come, more like a second sign. The first one, that was when he dropped the 2.0 of the goal of the century. In 2005, Barcelona was facing Getafe in the league. For Messi, this was a rare opportunity to get into the team. Barca's coach, Frank Rijkaard, was open to testing new players to see if they'd fit the system, and Messi was one of the names on offer. The game was gonna act as Messi's run-out in the team, and with a chance to make the first 11 on the table, it's safe to say Messi more than delivered. He stole the show. Nearly gave that Encara Messi commentator a heart attack watching him dribble like that. Epic. Messi's goal was like watching Maradona's goal versus England back in 1986. From halfway to the back of the net, dribbling the entire defense, and months half of the team. Come to think of it, feels like Messi was doppelganging Maradona that period. He hit another Maradona special against his city rivals. Barcelona versus Espanyol in 2007, and Messi was determined to put on a show. At home in the Catalan derby, only a win would cut it against Espanyol. And I'm pretty sure Messi and the rest of the team knew this too, because the energy was on from the get-go. But the Espanyol defense was proving hard early on. In games like this, Messi knew small moments could make the difference. So he probably asked himself what Maradona would do in situations like this. And that's when he hit Maradona's other goal move from the match against England, the hand of God. Just like Maradona in 1986, the ref didn't see this one and allowed Messi's goal to stand. Got to feel for the Espanyol players. Everyone saw the handball foul, except the ref. Messi's a lucky guy. funny because this wasn't always the case in his career, especially with Argentina, and it didn't get any more heartbreaking than the moment in 2016 when Messi did the unthinkable with his country's hopes on the line. The Copa America final of that year was a chance for Messi to end his trophy drought. He'd been dreaming of games like this all his life, winning a trophy with Argentina, and this was his chance. The game went to penalties, and when it got to Messi's turn, it should have been a guaranteed goal. I mean, it's Messi. In a high-stakes situation like this, he'd be the last person you'd expect to miss. He, of all people, captain of the team to be exact, knew just how big this one would be to the country. And yet this happened. Ouch. You just had to feel for the guy. If only Messi knew the reason he was having rotten luck back then was because he hadn't subscribed to Mr. Football yet. Could have ended the misery early. Lucky for Leo, his teammates put him on Mr. Football's action, showed him how to subscribe by hitting the button down below, and it did the trick. 8 years later, and he's the best in the world, with proof to show for it. November last year, and Messi was center stage again. In 2022, he finally did it, won the biggest trophy in the world with Argentina, the World Cup. After his country's success, Messi the outright pick to win the biggest award in the game, the Ballon d'Or, and when the moment arrived, there was no one else. See guys, the Ballon d'Or was more than just an award to Messi. The guy claimed his 8th Ballon d'Or. Let this sink in. He'd been crowned as the best player in the world 8 freaking times. And the closest to him was Ronaldo with 5. He's on a level of his own. I'd bet even Ronaldo knows too. Probably knew since 2010 when he got a front row seat to Messi dropping the coldest walk in history. The El Clasico of that year, and Barcelona dominated from minute 1 to 90. With less than 10 minutes to go, they were up 5-0, left everyone surprised. Messi hadn't scored, but honestly that evening he didn't need to score for everyone to see how good he was. He'd already dropped 2 assists and was a constant threat to the Madrid backline all through. They were struggling to catch him. Towards the end, the Madrid defense snapped. Guess they were tired of chasing his shadow all game. The tackle was so hard that Messi had to take off his shins and get subbed off. But it only made the moment even better because Ronaldo and Mourinho were on the touchline when Messi went off to a proper ovation. Oof. Not just Madrid, Messi used to own La Liga back in the day. Heck, it was even so crazy that he used a league match in 2016 to practice a training ground routine with his buddy. Barcelona versus Celta Vigo in the league, and when Barca got a pen, it was a chance for Messi to add to the lead from the spot. At least that's what everyone thought, but you see, Messi had other plans. He, Luis Suarez and Neymar had been working on something crazy in training, but for it to work, they had to stay switched on. He only needed one of them to pull it off actually, and lucky for him, Luis Suarez was active and ready. So when he hit the signal, the both of them combined to deadly effect. Pass the pen for Suarez's goal. That's how you know they were cooking. They were enjoying their football. The goalies in La Liga, like Pau Lopez, must have hated seeing Messi's face, at least until 2021, when Messi had custom gifts for every goalie he had faced in the league. So here's the thing, Messi had teamed up with Budweiser to create magic. See, as part of honouring his record-breaking goals for Barcelona and La Liga, being the official beverage sponsors of the league, Budweiser wanted to do something different. But they needed Messi's approval, and once they had it, it was go time. They gave custom bottles to each goalie Messi had ever scored against with the numbering of his goals in the league on it. Goalies like Kepa and Casillas received so many bottles that combined, it would have been enough to open a bar or something. Messi's act wasn't to mock them, he just wanted to thank them for allowing him to score. Okay, that was mocking, but you get the point. Still, he's a nice guy. He even got his teammates custom gifts that cost him almost $500,000 as a thank you. Winning the World Cup meant the world to Messi. It was his lifelong dream, the reason he came back after he quit the team in 2016. And he knew deep down that he wouldn't have been able to do it on his own if not for his teammates. They were with him from day one, defended him in the games, fought for him when Van Gaal called him out in the quarterfinals. And up to the final, each one of them played a crucial role in helping Messi and Argentina win. From the goalie Emiliano Martinez making crucial saves, to guys like Angel Di Maria scoring key goals. And Cristian Romero making crucial tackles. Everyone played a part. Messi knew this too, and that's why after the team won, as a thank you gift, he gave them custom-made iPhones. The details on each phone are unique. It comes with each player's jersey number, and just getting one like this cost Messi over 20k. He got for the players and staff as well. What a guy! The World Cup did a lot for Messi, changed him as a man, and as a brand it took him to the GOAT category too. On social media, Messi's pretty big. The guy's got over 400 million followers on IG, one of the biggest accounts in the world. But when it comes to the social media king of football, it's Ronaldo. Or more like it used to be, until Messi won the World Cup. And the day he finally decided to post it on social media, Messi broke history. Messi's post on IG after winning the World Cup became the most liked post in the app's history. Over 75.3 million likes on Instagram alone. Damn, I haven't seen as many people react to Messi like that since the time he put one of the best defenders in the world on roller skates. Barcelona versus Bayern Munich in 2015 and Messi was on a mission. A day before, Bayern's goalie Manuel Neuer had come out to say he had a plan to stop Messi. They'd done it in the World Cup final a year earlier, so this time in 2015, they felt like it was going to be a repeat of the same thing. But Messi had other plans. He wasn't just planning on getting Neuer alone. Apparently, Messi was having a 2-for-1 special. And in the same game, he put Jerome Boateng on ice skates. Damn, put Boateng in the splits and still had Neuer reaching for the stars. Don't get Messi mad. Still can't get that Boateng move out my mind. The dude flipped his switch off and still gets memed 9 years later. Into the top 5 now, and if I told you this one, you probably wouldn't believe it, so I'd rather just show you instead. Messi's a big Ronaldo fan. See, it's the media that brought up the hype about a rivalry between the two. Messi admitted in the past that seeing Ronaldo win and catch up to him when he came to La Liga pushed his game to new levels, made him want to do more. But the reality is, they actually don't hate each other. If anything, the two of them respect each other. Messi came out to say how much he respects Ronaldo and his fans. The guy even told the world that one of his kids, Matteo Messi, supports Ronaldo and likes to cheer his matches. Imagine Ronaldo and Messi linking up in the future one day. Even if it's just for a charity match, I bet the world would bend over and everyone completely loses it. Guess when Ronaldo left, it made Messi want to leave too, and at his new club, Messi made a shocking decision on his first day. PSG. Messi agreed a deal to join the French club in the summer of 2021. And with Messi's arrival, it looked like it was going to be the spark of a war in the French capital. See, for years, Messi had been wearing the iconic number 10 jersey for both Barcelona and Argentina's national team. And now he'd made the switch to PSG, everyone expected him to take the jersey number from Neymar. And at that point, it had been like he was stealing Neymar's thunder again. Neymar left the club in 2017 because he wanted to have his spotlight. But now Messi was at the club, it was like the Barca days again. Messi wasn't interested in that though, instead he wanted a jersey number that reminded him of the past. Messi picked the number 30, because it was his first one when he started at Barca. Unfortunately though, Messi's time at PSG didn't last. He wanted out after 2 years, and in his new club it didn't take him long to leave a mark. Into Miami now, and in his first game Messi came off the bench to a situation. The team was drawing at home when they got a free kick in the 89th minute. All set for the perfect Messi introduction. It was in Messi's angle and all the stars in Miami had come out to watch. From David Beckham and his family to Serena Williams, even LeBron James. Everyone wanted to see if Messi would be able to leave his magic on the first game. And you know it's Messi. He only needs half a yard. So now he had the full one to himself, he hit bullseye. What a way to introduce yourself to your new team, the new league. Scored the winner from a dead ball with less than a minute to play and grabbed all the headlines. Crazy to think how Messi's move to Inter Miami shocked the world, because everyone thought he was going to go back home until he rejected the club that brought him up. He rejected Barcelona. The summer Messi announced his decision to leave, Messi going back to Barca was a hot topic. If I'm being honest, I thought he was going to go back too. I mean, everyone was talking about it, from the Barca president, Joan Laporta, to the Barca fans, the Barca board, and even some members of the PSG board thought he was going to leave when his contract was up. But instead, Messi chose different and decided to head to the States. Signed for Inter Miami. At Inter Miami, Messi's enjoying life, man. Looking back at the move now, it's safe to say he made a wise decision, because he's been balling out and is having so much fun, he's even pulling superhero goal moves too. See guys, there's a reason Messi's been busting moves like Spider-Man or the Avengers Avengers cast, and you can find out about that by hitting the next video to see the hidden truth about Messi's superhero celebrations.